Hi everybody, today we're going to be looking at FOIL, which is a topic that you're going to cover a lot next year in Algebra 1 in high school. FOIL simply stands for the words first, outer, inner, last, or first, outside, inside, last. And all this is a method of multiplying things together that are in parentheses. As long as you remember your basic multiplying steps, these are pretty easy. There's a little bit of adding or subtracting in them as well, but there's no actual new math. It's just a different way to do kind of order of operations. These first two problems start off really easy. It's just distributing. I want to multiply the 3 times x and the 3 times 6. So 3 times x would make 3x, and then positive 3 times positive 6 would make plus 18, and I'm finished. I can't combine these because 18 doesn't have x. You can only combine things that have the same letter. That's it. This next problem, 6 times 2m would make 12m, and 6 times positive 1 would make plus 6. That's it. I'm finished. Down here is when you're going to start doing FOIL. First means the first thing in this parenthesis will get multiplied by the first thing in this parenthesis, so that will be 8x times 2x. 8 times 2 makes 16. And x times x will make x to the second. This is a pattern that you're going to see in every problem on your homework today. Also, it's multiple choice, so hopefully it becomes a little bit easier to see that x squared pattern. Outside means the things towards the outside of the parentheses, so that would be the 8x and the negative 6 because they're towards the outsides. So 8x times negative 6 would make negative 48, and then x. I stands for the two things on the inside, so 8 times 2x would make plus 16x. And then L for last means the second thing in this parenthesis and the second thing in this parenthesis. Positive 8 times negative 6 would just make a minus 48, and because neither one of those has an x, I don't put an x. The only thing you have to do from here in your final answer, these two things in the middle can be added together or subtracted together because they both have a single x. I can't combine anything else with this because it's x squared. Nothing else here is x squared. I can't combine anything with the 48 because the 48 doesn't have a letter here. Everything else has a letter. So my final answer will be 16x squared, and then negative 48 plus 16 is going to make negative 32x, and then the minus 48 gets dropped down at the end. And I'm finished. That's going to be your final answer. It's multiply the sets and then combine the two numbers in the middle. Pretty much on every one of these problems, you'll be able to combine the two things in the middle. Next problem, the first thing is 4n times 6n, and I like to draw these arcs just showing what I'm multiplying together. 4 times 6 is 24, and the n squared. If you notice, I have that pattern of something squared. Outside, 4n is towards the outside, 3 is towards the inside. 4n times 3 would make positive 12n. The two things on the inside, 6 times 6n would make plus 36n. And then the last thing, 6 times 3 is just plus 18. I can again combine the things in the middle. So 24n squared stays, plus 18 stays. Positive 12 plus 36 would make plus 48n. If you notice, most of my answers for when I have two sets of parentheses, there's 3 parts of my answer. There's something squared, there's just the letter, and then there's just a number at the end. These last two problems are practicing the same thing. 7k times 4k would make 28k squared. Outside, 7k times 2 would make plus 14k. Inside would be 6 times 4k would be plus 24k. And if you need to have a calculator here to help you with the multiplication, that's fine. If you notice these numbers aren't very big, this is your basic multiplication facts. The last things, 6 times 2 makes plus 12. Again, I can combine the two things in the middle. 28k squared drops down. 14 plus 24 would make plus 38k. And then plus 12 gets tagged on at the end. This last problem, 7m times 5n. The first things in the parentheses make 35m squared. The things on the outside, 7m times negative 3 makes negative 21m. The things on the inside, negative 5 times positive 5m would make minus 25m. And then the last thing, negative 5 times negative 3 makes plus 15 because negative times the negative makes a positive. If you want to add the opposite here, we're just making a larger negative number. 35m squared drops down because it never gets combined with anything. Same thing with my plus 15 at the end. If I combine these, I get minus 46m, and there's my final answer.